everybody, welcome back to Pandemic Cooking with Wendy. I am very excited. I have a very special dessert for tonight. Yes, I do. All the snow outside and the sound of the snow plows on the dump trucks made me think, what could I create? It would be like a dump of snow, like the trucks dumping snow. Well, guess what? I found a recipe called peach cobbler dump cake. That's right, a dump cake. Doesn't that sound appetizing? I'm just kidding. The reason they call it the dump cake is the peaches are literally dumped throughout the cake, and we use a corn muffin mix as the base. And I'm using a Jiffy corn muffin mix with little raspberry bits in it. I thought, you know what? A little bit of raspberry will spice it up. So you can't have a peach cobbler dump cake without the peaches. So I took and I cut the recipe in half because you know what? We're all smaller units these days, right? With the pandemic going on, we're not having dinner with 6 or 8 people. It's more like 3 or 4. So it originally called for 2 cans of peaches. I cut that down to 1. And then you're probably wondering, what makes it a dump? Well, the dump comes from the Jiffy raspberry cake mix, right? And instead of 2 boxes, again, cut it in half, only going to be 1 box. We have half a cup of pecans that are going into the recipe, butter that's going to be dotted throughout the top of the mixture, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and last but not least, kosher salt. Now, we have to talk about kosher salt. I never understand why a recipe asks for kosher salt. What the heck difference does it make if the salt is kosher or not? Do you know what I'm saying? If they have milk with meat, well, you know what I mean. It's not like I don't understand where the terminology kosher salt comes from and why that's different from, say, iodized salt or sea salt. Or Himalayan pink salt. Oh, I love Himalayan pink salt. And it's just got the right kind of tanginess to it. But anyway, I don't know why they call it that, but this recipe called for it, so we're going to use it. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is put the peaches in a pan, which I have put oil in. I actually sprayed it with vegetable oil. There we go. Bombs away, guys. Everybody in. Okay, next we have, I better check this here. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Okay. Preheat your oven 375 degrees first, which I did do that step. Okay, so now we've got the peaches, the juice, the cinnamon, and the salt, and next the pecans. Oh, wait, no, it's not the pecans next. I need to get my glasses on this one. Excuse me. It's not the pecans next. It is the, It is the pecans next. I should never doubt myself, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, the pecans go next. The corn muffin mix. And this is what gives it the dump. There we go. All right, and I'm actually supposed to be stirring while I do this. Here we go. Get everything evenly stirred. Doesn't that look good? Yeah, I think that this is such a novel way to use this Jiffy muffin mix. And I have to tell you, I was very surprised to find it with the raspberry bits in it, because the recipe really didn't call for that kind of Jiffy mix. I went to Gristedes, and because we had this big storm coming, the shelves were empty. Can you imagine? But when I was in there, they had corn muffin mix, but they also had corn muffin mix with raspberries. And I thought, that is a heck of a lot more interesting than regular corn muffin mix. Don't you agree? So, let me mix it all up really good. Okay, this is peach cobbler dump cake. I'm mixing it, and I'm going to put it in the oven, which is 375 degrees. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I can already tell. Because I'm psychic that way. I can already tell how good this is going to taste when it comes out. Because you can see when things mix really well, it's like in life. You know, when you put the right mix of people together and they all get along, right? That is like the best thing in the world. So I have mixed the correct ingredients here. And this is going to go in the oven at 375. All right, and here's your butter. They said to dot the butter on here, whatever the heck that, you know, all of these cooking terminologies are really new to me. I don't know about dotting butter or what they mean, but they said it had to be cut up and placed on top. So there you go. Let me get it evenly distributed. So much in cooking is just common sense, isn't it? And there's one more piece. I always end up leaving a piece behind. Story of my life. Okay, there we go. And now I'm putting in the oven 375 degrees for 30 minutes. If I had used the full recipe, it would have been 45 minutes. So here we go. Look at this. You know what? I just amaze myself. Peach cobbler dump cake. And look at how great that came out. Now it's piping hot out of the oven. It was in there at 375 for half an hour. But I'm going to take and cool it off. I'll probably put it in the refrigerator for 20 minutes. And then you know what? I'm going to serve it up with vanilla ice cream. Mmm!